Anita Raddatz. I'm the director of Sanpete County Extension, and I'm with Vern Parent again today. He's the 4-H agent in Washington County Extension. Today we're going to talk about being interviewed for the state 4-H ambassadors. This is for the seniors in high school, for the kids in high school that are seniors in 4-H. So let's talk about first when it happens and who can qualify to go.
Excellent. I'm not going to talk fully about the whole ambassador program today because that would take forever. We'll just hit some highlights and then focus specifically about the interview process. Those that are interested in doing the state ambassadors need to go to TLT. This is usually in October in the fall. They usually do a workshop there that kind of spells out what exactly a state ambassador is, why you should do it, why you should be involved. It's a great program that everyone should be involved in. From that process, you then get your applications. You can get them online. Usually the first part of December is when state ambassador applications are due. From that time, usually January to March is when you do a project that you're going to be involved in. Any of the kids that are accepted into the program, meaning the application process, there's a series of steps. I don't know, like 17, 18, 20. There's a lot of steps that you have to go through. They involved staying in touch with JP and the other people via email on a continual basis, turning in reports every once in a while, being on phone calls. Anyways, there's a multiple step process. At the very end, when you've finished your program, you're going to turn in a report for the project that you did. And then everybody comes together, usually in April. They all come together where they are going to be involved in a 2-day interview process. Now, this is pretty intensive. The kids are going to be judged almost the whole time you are there. This is what happens. When you get there, sometimes you'll have an interview with JP, just kind of a get to know you, get a feel for things are. He's going to judge, get a sense of who you are and what you do. You're also going to have opportunities to hang out with the kids, that the other youth applying for state ambassador, and you're going to be planning probably the next year's TLT. In that planning process, they're going to be judging you on your creativeness, what you add to the team, your ability to work as a team, your ability to be a leader and take on responsibilities, your ability to come up with new ideas and to organize people, all of those leadership skills that we admire and we want. Now, very few people have all of those, but they're going to be looking to see if you add to the group or if you're just going to be a bum on the side. If you're a bum on the side, you're not going to get very far. You need to be part of the group. You need to be very involved, very active. They're judging you on everything you do up there. So that's kind of an unofficial interview process that you're going to be participating in. You're going to also have a chance to present about 10 minutes of what your project was and what you did to the other state ambassadors and the adults that are up there. So you're going to be doing a presentation, kind of like public speaking, illustrated talk kind of thing, where you do a slideshow or something like that, photos, and you're going to show them and talk to them and share with everyone what your project was and why it was impactful. You're going to be judged on that. And then you actually have an interview process where you go in before multiple judges and you're going to go through a formal interview process. Now, in another segment, we kind of talked about what you need to do in an interview, and so we're not going to recover that, but I want to talk about some things that are specific to state ambassadors. During this interview process, you're going to be given a chance to do 2 talks. These talks are supposed to be 5-minute memorized speeches. One of them is towards kids, meaning you're supposed to talk to like a group of elementary school, 3rd, 4th grader kind of kids. And it's kind of a recruitment talk. Why should you join 4-H? How fun is it? How cool is it? Some of the kids wear costumes, very quick change act kind of things, some props, some really cute things that kids would like, candy. So this is really hard, but you have to treat those adult judges as if they were in 3rd or 4th grade. They have to be kids. And they might even raise their hand and ask you silly kid questions, but that's part of the process. They're going to interview you and see how well you can present to young kids. Then you have to change roles. Sometimes it's even a change of clothes right there in front of the judges, so nothing extreme, but you might change something, throw on a dinner coat or something. And then you're going to make a presentation as if they were adult volunteers, trying to recruit them, or potential adult volunteers. So you're speaking to adults on why they should be volunteers for the 4-H program. And you have to do a 5-minute speech on that as well. Now, this is all prepared. You should have been training with these speeches with your county agent for the past month or so, having a good spin, a good catch that's going to be interesting, that's going to be memorable, that these judges are going to remember and catch. And that's all about public speaking. And then after that, you're going to go through the more typical formal interview process where they're going to ask you questions. Now remember, state ambassadors are youth, usually anywhere from 6 to 9 of them. It might change from year to year, but there's usually about 6 to 8 from across the state. And they are in charge specifically of TLT. They also help out some with Junior Youth Conference, and they also will do stuff at state contests. And they'll have other leadership roles going out and doing training within the counties, and also working with some of our legislators and doing presentations to lawmakers. And so we're looking for kids who are clean, neat, have good public speaking skills, some technology skills that can work with those kind of things, skills that will add and build and will represent 4-H program really, really well across the state. They're looking for those kids who are dedicated. One of the big things when you're doing the whole emails is, do you answer all the emails? Do you do your homework? You're judged multiple times. But this interview process, they're going to be looking for you to demonstrate through everything you've done how you are dedicated to 4-H and how you think you can make a change and a difference. How bad do you want it? Why do you want to do this? That's what they're looking for. So when you're doing these interviews for state ambassadors, you need to remember that and focus on those things.
And if you go to TLT, to the training that they have, it'll make it a lot clearer to you because they really work on that. And they do that over a couple of, it's quite a while. Yeah. It's one of the biggest training sections they have there.
TLT is a great program. Now, one thing that'd be really important for state ambassadors and for the interview process is online there's a state ambassador handbook. If I may suggest, part of doing a good interview is, once again, I mentioned homework. You should read that book. It's a manual. You have to read it, but it's going to impress those judges. They're going to know that you read it, and you're going to do a better job with the interview process if you do so.
And that is a good handbook because it explains why 4-H exists and how it exists and all the things you can do in 4-H. And, you know, each student may not have done as many things as there are to do, but you need to know that it is available. And at the extension offices, they can make you a copy of that manual if you need that. So get in touch with them. Ambassadors at the state level is really great, and I really encourage youth to do it at the county or the regional level, whichever is available, because it gets you into that mode of being passionate about 4-H. If you don't have a passion for 4-H, you're probably not going to want to really do this, because it's what you're going to talk about the most is 4-H. So hopefully you'll think about doing it this year.
It's a great program.